Welcome. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the Yorktown Memorial Hospital in Yorktown, Texas. It's said to be the most haunted place in the state. Yorktown is named for Captain John York, who died during a skirmish with Native Americans in 1848. York and his business partner, Charles Eckhart, founded the town where they did to have a better, shorter route from the ports in Indianola to San Antonio. In 1950, the Felician Sisters of the Roman Catholic Church started the plans to open a hospital, and in 1951, the Yorktown Memorial Hospital was ready for business. It's located at 728 West Main Street. The Felician Sisters kept the place running until 1986. The first, or ground floor, consists of the front desk, patient rooms, the operating room, emergency room, delivery room, the children's ward, kitchen, and chapel. The second floor had living quarters for the nuns, a doctor's lounge, and a balcony looking over the chapel. The basement was used for storage and housed the boiler room. There are 2 staircases on all floors. From 1986 to 1988, the building was used as a drug rehabilitation site. Being built during the Cold War in the 50s, it's even marked as being a fallout shelter. Reports say that anywhere between 500 and 2,000 people died there. However, the population in 1950 was 2,596, which is the highest amount of people living there since the U.S. started taking a census. I'm thinking 2,000 might be a bit of a stretch. There are many stories about both the staff and patients. It is said that the hospital was constantly short-handed, which led to poor patient care, and that one of the head doctors was anything but skilled. There's a rumor that a tuberculosis outbreak happened that led to several deaths, and that despite the hospital being run by the Catholic Church, late-night abortions were performed. Visitors have said that they've seen orbs of light, black smoky figures, glowing red eyes, ghosts that look like patients, a doctor, and there's also a doll that talks, and an angry nun in the chapel. They've also heard whispers and tapping on the glass panes of the doors that lead upstairs. The ghost of Dr. Leon Noworski is said to roam the halls near the OR and ER and the doctor's lounge upstairs. While living, he practiced medicine well into his 90s. He was known for making mistakes which were sometimes fatal to the patient. He was also known for flirting and groping the female staff members. A well-known and less scary ghost is that of Stacy, an 8-year-old girl. I couldn't find out when or how she died. In life, her favorite book was The Pokey Little Puppy and had the nuns read it to her often. Supposedly, the book had been a gift from Dr. Noworski. Stacy seems to not haunt any one particular place in the building. Sometimes you can find her in her room at the children's ward. She can be attracted to the library if you read her favorite book out loud. She's been seen and heard in the basement hallways and has rolled a ball back and forth if someone asked her to play. Doug Richards, a heavy equipment operator in life, died in 1973 and can be seen walking in the long hallway of the basement. He's been described as being a very tall man wearing jeans and a white t-shirt. A man known only as TJ haunts the hall close to the back door. After the site became a rehabilitation facility, TJ was sat down on the back steps late one night, and whoever left him there rang the emergency bell before leaving. Either the bell did not work, or the night shift nurse didn't hear it. He was found the next day, already dead from a heroin overdose. All of the nuns didn't seem to leave after death. Ghosts have been encountered in the nuns' quarters, the chapel, and the chapel balcony. For nuns, some of these spirits seem fairly aggressive. People have been rushed, scratched, and choked by them. They especially seem to dislike people with tattoos. There was a double homicide in the boiler room. The murders involved a love triangle between a female nurse, a patient, and a coworker. The nurse was in the basement with one of her lovers when the other man walked in. That man reacted rather violently and stabbed the woman to death. After that, the man she had been in the room with fought and disarmed the second man and then stabbed him to death. There are still bloodstains on the wall. Both the nurse and her male companion have been seen and heard in the basement. Other things to look out for are screams and moans coming from the emergency and operating rooms as well as the delivery room. If you read from the Bible in the chapel, you can often hear growls, which makes me wonder if all of the spirits that look like nuns really are. Shadowy people can be seen in the basement and have charged investigators, scratched them, and thrown things at them. One person even had a seizure after encountering these shadows. In the playroom near the children's ward, a battery-operated doll will talk and giggle on its own. Some people have picked up organ music on recorders while in the chapel, and the entire building is said to be an EVP hotspot. Mike Hansen is the caretaker for the property. He has gone on record saying that he knows there are a lot of ghosts at the old hospital. He has said that if the lights are on at the nurse's station, all is calm, but when you turn them off, you can see apparitions walking around. Not much has changed since the hospital's closing, so you can expect old medical supplies, wheelchairs, and of course trash. Some rooms have deteriorated to the point that they're boarded off. If you're interested in booking a tour, the info will be in the description box below. I, for one, would like to go, but I draw the line at giggling dolls. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and ring that bell.